Hey there, Van Hammer again. Going to work with this time in the little green stuff tutorials. It's just standard clay. I can make it fairly large here and you can see what I'm doing. This works pretty much exact same as green stuff, so it'd be good to show on what we're doing here. Okay, like with all green stuff, we want to dampen our palette, get us a nice non-stick area. This is, like I say, when you're doing these big flat areas with green stuff, you definitely want to be wet. Like I say, this works to general same properties as green stuff, so I'm going to use this. This is just straight old white clay. So you put it in your thing, roll it out. So I'm going to use this tool here, just like with your glass. Just dip your finger in some water, get it a little wet so it won't stick to your green stuff, and just start rolling it out. And like I said on the other video, when you're working with glass, you just roll it out a little bit, lift your green stuff, flip it over, and roll it out a little bit more. Just like dough or whatever. Just roll it out, flip it. Make sure you stay wet. Change your direction so that it rolls out in more of a square. And you just keep rolling out until you get your thickness you want. On cloaks and on banners especially, you don't want to go super thick. You want it to be fairly thin so it dries fairly quick. Well, not really any quicker, but you don't want this huge clumping banner. Big, thick, chunky thing, because it's supposed to be representing cloth, so you want it fairly tight. But roll it out. When it gets that thin, you might want something to lift it. And see how nice and smooth that glass makes that? No fingerprints, no nothing. So make sure you stay damp. Okay, let's see. You want to make a banner. This is going to be your banner pole. Basically how big you're going to want it. Just take your little X-Acto knife. Also, just like with anything, you want to dampen the X-Acto knife. So you want it to be, mark off how big you want it. Lift out your banner pole, and you basically want it that big. So you want to try to make a fairly clean little slice, but a little bit of movement in the slice is not going to hurt anything. Say you want some battle damage, you just do one of those little numbers. Now it's not quite as straight. Cut your top out. Got dog hair in it, but now you got your banner shape you want. And like retro, shall we? Your banner's going to set. You don't want just a flat blah looking thing like that. So what you do is just sort of bend it to the shape. You want a little hang there. Just bend it back. And a little breeze blows it here a little bit. Lift it out. But green stuff will start sagging after a little bit. So what you would do is get you something to mold it with. Say, get your general banner shape going. because you can pinch it just like any green stuff. And so you just mold in what shapes you want. So you want a little bend here. Like say, what you do first is you take your what you're using, dampen it, take your green stuff, lay it over top of it, like that. So you want another little piece. You want it to be fairly flowing or whatever. Just take and lay it over like that, and let it set up. And after a little bit, it'll hold its shape, sort of like that. Like I say, this is green stuff. It's going to take a little bit longer to dry, and you just apply it to your banner pole. Now you've got a quick little banner. Another thing you could do is, depending on what tools and stuff you got, say you want to, you've just got your banner sort of made up, what you're going to want to look like. You want to put in some details. Just dampen your tool. Put in some little, say you want a little edging. Put in your little edgings. Say you want to sculpt in, put a little, I don't know, say you want to like a little wing. You just put in whatever you want on your banner, and then same steps. You just, like say you want a nice little flashy bend in it. Lay it over something. Let it set up. One of those numbers. When it's after 15 or 20 minutes, when it's set up a little bit, and it's good and it's still holding its shape.